Howdy y'all, Dawson with Defender Tactical. We are back here today with an updated rear grip enhancement kit installation video for the Bird's Head grip. We've had a little bit of a change in how we recommend to install and run this since we first released it. So let's go ahead and hop right into this. We have our TAC 14 here today with a swivel stud already installed. Now these typically don't come with a swivel stud installed, so if you don't have one, I'll leave a link to our original video in the corner right now, and you can go back and get the details on how to install a swivel stud if you did opt for the stud included version of this kit. But for today, we're just going to go ahead and worry about getting the sleeve and the strap installed, and then go from there. Now this will be the same exact process if you have something like a Shockwave. Obviously your grip interface will just be a little bit different, but in terms of how you remove the grip and install the parts, everything should be exactly the same. So let's go ahead, get this out of the way, and jump right into it. Alright, so we're going to begin with just checking to be sure that we are clear in our magazine and our chamber, and then we're going to remove our grip. So we'll just take off this little cap here to the mounting cavity with the flathead screwdriver. Should just pop out, and that should give us access to our retaining bolt that we can take out using a 3/16 inch hex driver here. So I'll just go ahead and break that loose and take it out. Now with that removed, you can set your firearm off to the side, as well as the retaining bolt. You want to be sure to keep track of your washers that you have on here. Now we'll take our sleeve first, and you want to be sure that the flat profile end is facing towards the front of the grip, and this curved profile end is facing towards the larger, fatter part of the grip back here. And then you want to be sure that our little thumb groove here is facing down. So this should be the orientation that it will be installed on your firearm. Now to install it, we like to take the back end of our sleeve here and work it on over the front end of our grip. You want to just make sure to try and keep everything lined up as much as possible. The parting line down the grip as well as the parting line down the sleeve here kind of give you a good reference point on where you are, and you just want to begin to work it on there. You may see a little bit of discoloration around the sharper edges here. That shouldn't be a problem. It should go away once you get it installed, but you want to be careful to not let there be too much stretching done there. You want to be sure to provide some relief from the inside, but you can just start to work it on there. And I think personally the TAC 14 grips are a little bit easier to slip on. I think the front end is maybe just a little bit skinnier. I'm not sure. But as you can see, we're working it on pretty quickly here. Now one thing I like to do when I get kind of close is actually kind of bunch the grip up over it like that. And then that'll let me continue to pull it on without having to worry about getting anything caught or hung up here. Once it starts getting tighter around the back of the grip, you should be getting close. So I'll go ahead and unfold this here. And as you can see, we are just right on the line of where we want to be. Nothing's going to mesh in between our receiver and interfere, but it is not pushed back far on the grip, so you can still see the front of it. So this is perfect right here. Now what you're going to do is take your strap. You want to take the Velcro side. We don't have a logo here today, but on our branded grip kits you can see the logo should be straight up and down and on the right side of the firearm. But for today we do not have a branded one, so we're just going to have to look at the Velcro side. If you do not see the Velcro strap and you see this smooth cloth back right here, you know that it is flipped upside down, so you want to go ahead and turn that over, unscrew the swivel here, and then install that onto your stud. Now you want to be sure that your swivel stud, actually the holes are facing straight up and down. There's one thing I forgot to mention. If you need to adjust it, you can take a small screwdriver, run it through there, and adjust it, but you want to be sure that it is tight and facing straight up and down. So now we'll go ahead and install our strap here on our swivel stud. And you want to be sure to tighten up the swivel as much as you can. Really get it tightened down so it doesn't come loose and then cause any weird stresses on the stud, so everything should be tightened up like that. Just hand tight should be good. Now this is where our new recommendation comes in. Once you have it installed on your stud there, we open the strap up all the way, unloop it, and then you will take the end of it and actually feed it underneath your grip sleeve from the back up towards the front. And as you can see here, with pretty minimal effort, it is inching its way up through, and then it is already poking through right there. You can grab it and pull it through, and then come back over and go through your loop there on your clasp. And just like that, guys, that is our new installation method for the rear grip enhancement kit for bird's head grips. All that's left to do now for us is to reinstall it onto our firearm. You want to be sure that everything's out of the way. You may have to bring this back part, you may have to fold it up on the front so you can let the receiver fit into the notch here, or the trigger guard rather, trigger assembly. Install your retaining bolt, and then tighten it down with that same 3/16 inch bit driver. Alright, now once you have everything tightened down, go ahead and reinstall your plug here in the back, and then you can fold your grip back over and adjust it however you need to. You may need a little bit more room here down on the bottom to make room for your trigger. You can simply just pull it up, just like that. Alright y'all, that is just about going to do it for us today. Just wanted to cover a few things really quickly. On the TAC 14 here, you will have to have the grip pulled back just a little bit more. The sleeve here, as you can see, we've got about ½ an inch or so in between our grip sleeve and the receiver, whereas on the Shockwave, we run it right up pretty much flush with our grip there. And that's just due to the differences between the triggers here, but it still fits great and works great on both platforms. The last thing I wanted to touch on was the rubber band that we've been shipping with these kits since they launched. Since we've kind of been using this method here, we haven't really found a lot of use for these rubber bands, but we will still be including them in the kits just in case there are some of you out there that don't like this idea of having it kind of more permanently bound here to the side. Maybe you want it only stuck for storage or pinned to the side for when you're shooting. But just wanted to cover that really quickly and say that you don't necessarily have to use these rubber bands anymore, and you don't necessarily have to go with this method. It's whatever is your personal preference. So that is going to wrap it up for us today. Really appreciate y'all sticking with us. Let us know what y'all think down in the comments below. Thanks for watching.